Night Train to Bucharest. Written and read by Leonard Wells, July 2010. Chapter 3. Bishop's Return. Mike Carruthers closed his Nokia Flip mobile with a smile of satisfaction. Well, chaps, I've got the OK to reinstate Bishop, if we can track him down, that is. Gladys, can you fill me in a little more while we wait to see if Arthur can trace him through Coutts & Co. client list? Well, Mike, he's 57 now, but don't let that fool you. He isn't called Sticky Bishop for nothing. He carries a stick and he can do wonders with it. I once saw him flick the hot end of a chap's cigarette out whilst walking behind him, with just a flick of his wrist. You try it sometime. What's more, the guy had no idea it had been done until he tried to inhale again. You should have seen the look on his face. Richard married a woman called Christina, from a town called, if I can pronounce it right, Gura Humuru Lui. It might be that they still live there with a bit of luck. It's recently opened a ski run, complete with a chairlift, and our ambassador was at the recent opening, funnily enough. Do you think he'll agree to come back and work for us, Gladys? Mike said, from what you know of him. Mike, I literally have no idea. If it was me, I'd tell you to bugger off, after what they did to him over the Iraq kidnapping incident. You'll have to be very diplomatic and discreet. Well, actually, Gladys, I was rather hoping you would speak to him. I will listen in, and if he needs any confirmation of his reinstatement, I can quote the Foreign Secretary. At this point, Donald Smith, who had until now been silent, coughed and spoke. Are you absolutely sure he is to be trusted, Mike? I mean, the guys from the firm over there are not amateurs, you know. I'd like to hear more about his background from Gladys. Have you got any more, Gladys? She nodded. A little. He was at one time a Christian monk, and then took off and joined the French Foreign Legion. When he left there after 10 years' service, he was given the Légion d'honneur presented by de Gaulle himself, personally. He joined SIS immediately after that ceremony. Our ambassador in Paris recommended him to us. He volunteered on the spot. He speaks fluent Russian and Arabic, and can apparently recite the entire Quran, it says here. He joined something called Subud in 1974 and served in Iraq and Afghanistan with a perfect record. He had so little to do with the opposite sex there that the rumour had it he might be a bit lip-wristed. But as he's been married for quite some time now, rumour might be completely wrong. At this point, Arthur Lawson dashed back in with a triumphant smile on his face. Got it, Mike. He still has an account with Coutts & Co. And they email his statements, etc., to an apartment 57 in the Boulevard Vatra Barbu in Gura Humur Ului. His telephone number is unlisted, but I got round that. It's written here. He's also listed on Skype as bishop.stick. Great stuff. Great stuff. Gladys, check if he's online and try and make a Skype video call to him. I reckon he will feel more confident if he can see your face, if he remembers you. May not be likely on Christmas Eve, but you never know. So far we've been in luck. Gladys blushed slightly. I'm sure he'll remember me, she said. To save time, I'll call him on the landline first, while Arthur checks if he's online. She dialed Richard's number, +40 257 845 632, and waited. Arthur sat at a PC and brought up the Skype page. He entered Bishop's Skype name and quickly waved a thumbs up to Gladys. He mouthed, "He's online." She immediately sat at the desk and closed her mobile and made the Skype call. Within a few seconds, a handsome, weathered, kindly face appeared on the monitor in front of her. "Gladys, Gladys Brown. Well, Merry Christmas to you and all the team there. Richard. Oh, Richard, how on earth did you know I was at work? Well, you're hardly likely to be calling me up on Christmas Eve on Skype unless there is a real flap-on somewhere in Romania. And you've gone about tracing me through Coots & Co. and now you've got my Skype number. So what else? I heard about Derek breaking his legs and an arm in a ski accident, so I think I know the purpose of your call. Come on then, Gladys, don't stand on ceremony. If you need my help, just ask, and ask honestly. Richard, you never failed to astonish me as far back as I can recall. Yes, there is a flap-on. One of the Romanian employees, the external security guard, has had his daughter kidnapped. They say, Gladys, not hearsay, please, give me the exact quote as GCHQ recorded it, which I'm sure they did. They record everything these days. Gladys read out the text message. Okay, what's the Romanian security guard's name and when is he on duty? Richard asked. His name is Ionul Grigorescu and he's on duty now, the night shift. Okay, Gladys, I'll take the case, but I want Derek Huntley Smythe, the ambassador himself, to Skype me very quickly now from the embassy and on behalf of the British government confirm my reinstatement. I'll take the night train to Bucharest. Train number 2338, leaving here at 23:38, arrives Bucharest Nor at 07:46. Got all that, Gladys? Now while I'm waiting for the ambassador's call, I'll ask Christina, my wife, to book me a seat on that train. The fact that the kidnapper's call went direct to an embassy-issued mobile means I don't trust anyone at the embassy other than the ambassador himself. You look well, Gladys. Lovely to see you again. I now have your mobile number from when you called me on the landline. Yes, I know you withheld your number, but these Romanians are very good at SIGINT wizardry. And I have a little gadget attached to my phone, which overrides your mobile settings. Wonders never cease, eh? From now on, you will hear from me only by text and only to your phone. It will be in code XR56. Merry Christmas to one and all. Bishop is back on the job. Sleep well and say a prayer for me. The screen on the monitor went blank. Everyone in the room was impressed by Richard's cool, calm manner and professionalism. Now all they had to do was persuade the ambassador to make the Skype call to reinstate him. To be continued. Thank you.